Hello and welcome to, unfortunately, our last LC online of the year. So today we've got a real special treat to end this series on for the year. We've got our careers team who are going to be doing a live Q&A for all of you to go through. So I'll just bring all of them back onto screen now and we'll get that rolling. If you have any questions while we're going through anything, feel free to comment on this live and we'll answer them when we've got through the questions. So hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Adam.
Adam.
So we've got Sarfraz, Lisa, and Katie here. I'm sure you've seen plenty of them throughout the series. They're regulars now. You could almost call them co-hosts. So without further ado, we'll get on to the first question we've got submitted. So the first question is, can I get help at college with job search and checking my CV? Who would like to take that one for the team? Sarfraz, there we go.
Thank you, Adam. And yes, it's our live stream, so we'll try and give you some good advice. So yes, you can get help, obviously at college with job search and checking your CV. Let me start with job search. Now, looking for a job is can be quite time consuming and quite difficult if you don't know where to look and you don't know what resources are available. Now at the college, you've got access to Moodle. And the Moodle site's got obviously course details and it's got information about the college and so on. But there is a site that is fantastic, which is called Career Surveys and Job Vacancies. Now, if you go into that, you've got live job vacancies that you can look at, but also you can actually get all the help that you need. So we've got places where you can apply for jobs on there. You've got lots of links. You've got lots of help with obviously things like your CV as well. Now in your class, the chances are you're going to be tackling things like job search in your tutorials. Now, if you're not, you can get to Moodle and have a look at information on putting together a CV. There is downloadable guides from the college that are available from the website, and you can access them from Moodle as well. And on there, you've got lots of good templates, lots of examples of putting together a CV. Now, ultimately, you can contact the careers advisors in the college, and we won't write the CV for you, but what we will do, we'll help you put a real good professional CV together. So the way you do that, you can contact us through submitting a form through the college website. And we will go through that in a bit more detail. And you just put in a form and just say, look, please, can you check my CV? And definitely we'll definitely support you with that. And again, if there's any questions that you've got today in this live stream, please put it in the comments box below.
Real, thank you for that, Sarfraz. Just to let you know as well, as we go through this live stream, we'll mention different sites and things like that. I will pop some links in the comments afterwards, but if you want to check out on a separate tab, so you keep on this live stream so you don't miss anything, the general website, that's on screen for you now. But that'll pop on and off throughout this. So the next question we've got here is, what if I am not sure which course to choose? Where can I get help? Who can help with that one?
Yeah, I can take that, Adam. I'll tackle it. So yeah, as you can imagine, this is a very common question that we get asked regularly, which is completely understandable because there's a lot of choice out there and there's some big decisions to make. So first of all, obviously there is help to help you with this whole choice and situation. And this is where obviously careers advisors can really help to discuss your ideas and options with you. So you can definitely contact the careers team, as hopefully you know by now, at Leicester College, for impartial information, advice and guidance, and just go to the college website and our contact details and inquiry form are on the website. But just some general advice, which I want to kind of give you, is when considering what course to choose, is to carry out two key things: some self-reflection and research. So understanding yourself and good thorough research really is the key to helping you to decide on your course and then possible career ideas linked to this as well. So it is a good idea to start with you, which you often don't take the time to do often, and you need to ask yourself some questions. So things like what your likes are, your dislikes, your interests, your skills, your strengths, and even kind of what type of personality you feel that you have. asking these questions will really help you to reflect, and it makes you think. As I said, you're not used to kind of asking yourself those questions normally, and ultimately it's going to help you with your career planning and making that choice of course. So once you've done that and take some time to do it, make a list of your answers, and then I'd relate these when researching your course choices. And if maybe you're stuck between two courses, it's a really good idea to write a pros and cons list. That often is quite helpful to do. But obviously there's other methods you can try out too. So you could look at an online careers assessment tool. Now, again, on the careers resources page on our website, there's lots of links and ideas to help you get started with this. Obviously, remember, if you do undertake one of those, there's no right or wrong answers with like an online assessment style quiz. But as a starting point to get you thinking about those type of questions that I talked about earlier, thinking about your likes and dislikes, etc., it could be a really useful starting point to get you thinking, give you some ideas, and then potentially, as I've said, if you still kind of want to discuss that through, get in touch with one of us in the careers team so we can guide you a little bit further. Hope that gives you some food for thought.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Katie. And just to let you know, because we had a comment, Amina, yes, this live stream will be available to rewatch on both our Facebook and YouTube channel. So you can rewatch it as many times as you like and skip to the part that you're looking for. So the next question we've got is, I'm not sure whether to choose an apprenticeship or a college course. Any advice? Who would like to say that?
I'll take that one. Thanks, Adam. Okay, fine. So, well, firstly, there's nothing from preventing you from applying for both. We always say that if you're applying for an apprenticeship, have a backup plan just in case. And what we mean by that is that if you've not started an apprenticeship by the beginning of the new academic year, have a full-time course or a traineeship to fall back on. So advice is, don't leave it to wait and see. Have a plan A, have a plan B, and have a plan C if necessary. Now, if you're feeling unsure about which one is right for you, then think about the key differences and consider which one would suit you best. So, with a full-time college course, generally you would start in September, and at Leicester College you would choose one subject or vocational area to study, and it would be a combination of practical learning and theory with assessments. So this could take the form of exams, essays, presentations, practical tests. The course will also include work experience, so that's great. Not only that, with a vocational course like the ones we offer at Leicester College, you'll have the opportunity to use industry standard facilities. So at the college we're equipped with fantastic workshops, studios, salons, labs, etc. All really fully equipped to support your learning. And courses are offered at different levels, so there's something there for everybody. But consider it, comparing it with an apprenticeship. Now, apprenticeships are generally available to start at different times of the year, so unlike a full-time course. However, some industries have set recruitment times, so it's a really good idea to check. And you've probably heard of the phrase "earn while you learn." So obviously you'll get a paid salary, you'll have the same rights as an employee of a company, so holiday entitlement, etc. But of course holidays are fewer than those, if you're studying a full-time course. An apprenticeship offers hands-on work experience where you learn on the job, gain the practical skills, but you'll also need to study theory to reinforce that practical learning. With an apprenticeship there's an end of point assessment, so you'll be tested to see if you can do the job that you've been trained for. And as part of your training, you'll be expected to come into college either on a block release or once a week or fortnight, depending on what's been arranged for you. There are 4 different types of levels of apprenticeship available in England for over 1,500 job roles. That's an awful lot of choice there. So you really do need to be clear about what type of apprenticeship you want to do. It's always worth noting that there is a selection process too. Okay, so this means that the employer will select the best candidate for that apprenticeship. So it might, take you 1 attempt to be selected. It might take you a few attempts. That's why it's important to have a plan B just in case. I think if you're finding it hard to decide, Perhaps a 1-year course would enable you to become clearer, to get some experience in an area that you think you'd really like to then go on into an apprenticeship. And at Leicester College we have students who study for a year and then progress on to an apprenticeship, so that might be an option. So I hope that helps a little bit in helping to make those decisions.
Perfect, thanks for that, Lisa. Right, so the next question we've got is probably a very important one, actually. It's, how do I apply to Leicester College? Who'd like to take that? Go on, Sarfraz.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Yeah, it's a really important one, because I think if you're at school and you're watching this in year 11, it's actually probably the one thing that a lot of people talk about, probably your teachers talk about, what do you want to do next year, and have you decided, have you made application? So what I will do, I'll go through on how to apply to Leicester College. Now, it's interesting to know that on our website we have got a section all devoted to this called Applying to College. So that does cover a huge amount of how to apply to Leicester College. But what I will do, I'm going to explain the different application processes and what you really need to be thinking about. Now, if you're at school in year 11, you need to be applying through something called PS16. Now, with PS16 is a website. You can access it. You can access it now. It's available, but you do make an application through that to all sixth forms, colleges, and it's really great because you can actually go through that and put down all your favourites, all the things that you are interested in, and you can actually make an application. You do have to put together your predicted grades. You do need to also put together a personal statement about yourself, why you want to do the course. You do need to also, stepping back away from the application process, do need to think about why are you applying for that course. Do some research, obviously, into it. And, again, as Katie said, start thinking about yourself. Think about the kind of person you are. If you're not very academic, you don't like sort of being in a classroom setting, then think about vocational courses or maybe a BTEC or something hands-on, practical. But again, in terms of applying for that, you go through PS16. You should get help at school for that. Definitely to go through that. Now, there is another application process as well. That's for those people that are not in year 11. You can actually go through, obviously, our website. Now, our website has actually got 2021 courses already on there. And the good thing about that is you can actually start looking about what the course information is all about. You need to look at entry requirements as well to see what they need. Do you need English, maths? Do you need science? What grades do you need? Also, look at the modules as well. What would you be studying? And also have a look at career progression. Is it the right course to get to where you are? Now, again, if you're not sure, please speak to, obviously, us guys, the career service. We'll talk it over with you. We'll answer any queries that you've got, and we'll also help and support you as well as much as we can possibly do. And all you need to do is submit an inquiry through Leicester College website and go through the career service, and there's a form there. I think I've answered it, Adam.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you for that. It was very thorough.
Can I?
Oh yeah, sure.
Can I just add? Yeah, sure. Brilliant, thank you. So if you're in year 11, so if you've got PS16 at school, perfect. Apply through PS16. If you haven't, so double check. Then you can apply direct to Leicester College through the online application form.
Right, thank you for that.
Yeah.
So the next question we've got is, who can write a reference for me? Who would like to say that? Go on, Katie.
That's mine. Okay, so yeah, just following on really from what Saf's just been saying, then for course applications to Leicester College, the 16 to 18-year-old students, we do ask for a recent academic reference. So this should be from your teacher or at the school or college you're currently studying at. If you're a mature student and applying to us directly, I believe we will ask you for reference details once you've applied and submitted our own online application form. But I just thought to add to this question, because it was a bit kind of wide open, I would just kind of say that generally speaking, for job and apprenticeship applications, your referees will be kind of your previous employers, or even if you've recently left education, you can also ask previous teachers or personal tutors, learning coaches, mentors who knew you well and can vouch for your skills and abilities. So I hope that helps and answers that one.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Katie. So the next question we've got is, can I go university by studying a T-level? Can I go to university by studying a T-level? Is probably the better way to say it. Who would like to take that?
I can take that one, Adam. Thank you. Okay, so in a nutshell, yes, you can. A T-level is an alternative to other level 3 qualifications, such as A-levels or a BTEC. It's a nationally recognised qualification. It's new. And it's worth the same number of UCAS points as 3 A-levels. It's a 2-year course and is graded when you pass your T-level, and you will get a nationally recognised certificate showing the overall grade you've achieved. So pass, merit, distinction or distinction star. Your T-level will be worth UCAS points. As I said, a T-level distinction star is worth the same as 3 A-levels at A star, and will be recognised by universities and other education providers. So you can choose to continue studying if you wish by that method. As of 2021, Leicester College will be offering T-levels in construction, digital, education and childcare, health and science. And over the next 3 years, there'll be a total, I think, 24 T-level subjects that will become available. So it's, like I said, a brand new qualification. And yeah, you can apply to university with it. So yeah, for most courses.
Brilliant, thank you for that, Lee. So T-levels are actually very exciting. We've got a lot of new information on our website at the moment, and there's lots of videos you can watch on the website as well. So if you are stuck on T-levels and you just want to read or watch something about it first, just to really grasp what it's about, feel free to head over to the website and you can get some help there.
Yeah.
So the next question we've got is, what are the best career websites out there? Who would like to say that? Go on, Safran.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of information on careers out there. You just have to type careers information into the search engine for Google, and it'll come up with lots and lots. But I've picked some of the best ones that I feel would be really useful out there. These are the ones that we use. Now, for Leicester College students, we've got a whole section devoted to career websites and career resources on Moodle again. So again, if you go onto Moodle, it's the career service and job vacancy Moodle site. You can't miss it on Moodle. Go on it, have a bit of play around with it, and all the resources are there. Now, these links and these resources are always there. Now, for those of you that are not at Leicester College, that's okay as well, because we've actually put together a list of career resources on our careers service, on our website, to be honest, obviously with the career service. So you go on Leicester College, search for career service, and you scroll down, and then it says career resources. Click into that, and a list of resources are there. So I'll go through a couple that I would recommend for you guys to have a look at. The first one I will go through is the National Career Service. The National Career Service is really great because you can actually look at about 750 job profiles. It's got a lot of information, and it breaks down into what you need to get into that job and that career entry requirements and the skills that you need to do that. You can also search for different skills. You could do a skills analysis as well on there. Another one that I like, which is called I Could Careers. I Could is really great because it's very user friendly. Lots of videos that you could look at. You could do a buzz test to see what kind of person you are, what kind of skills you've got. And you can also look at labour market information as well. But the way that they put down labour market information, what jobs are growing, which ones are not growing that much, are actually done in a really user friendly way. So that's I Could Careers. BBC have put together something called Careers Bite Size, which I find really, really useful. So if you are looking for careers information and you want to just research further, look at Careers Bite Size. Career Pilot is a favourite amongst the careers team. We love it to bits. The way that it's laid out, the information on Career Pilot, it's absolutely second to none. And, you know, again, that would be one that I would ask for you guys to look at, because what it does, it asks you things like, what are my options at 16? What are my options at 18? And so on. And if you've got any additional needs or you've got any HCP plan, it's got information about all that. Now, as I mentioned, all the list of career resources, there's a whole list that you can look at is from our website. That's Leicester College website. Go straight to career service, scroll down, and it's actually career resources. And also we've got things on, obviously, you know, things on YouTube as well, which is absolutely fantastic the way they put that together. So I hope that answers that.
Perfect. Thank you, Sarah. Just while I was talking about them, I've posted all the links into the comments for all of those different career sites, so you can check them out there as well. But if all in fail, oh, sorry, Katie.
Oh no, I was just going to add to what Saf said in terms of if you're a current student at Leicester College, we've kind of updated our Moodle site, and a lot of what Saf's just mentioned in terms of kind of looking at options post 16, post 18, looking at higher education, looking at apprenticeships, looking at getting into work, and there's a wealth of resources and information and advice on our own Moodle site internally for current college students. So anyone watching this today or looking back at it, definitely check that out, because in particular Lisa and Saf spent a lot of time bringing that up to date, so it does look fantastic. So I wanted to give that a bit of a plug.
Brilliant. That's actually quite that's really good news for any students that already have access to Moodle, because it's all in one place. You don't even have to go anywhere.
Yeah, we've also got, sorry Adam,
no, it's all right.
Just to say, we've also got the job vacancies on there. I think it's amazing because we've linked all the job vacancies that are out there in one place, live job vacancies, and people can actually go and search for that, and you can access that. Obviously it's all on Moodle, so you can access that at home as well.
Are these jobs specifically for students as well?
Students
or are they?
Yes, they can be. Yes, they are, because you'd have to search for them. So if you're looking, because of what they do, we put all the links on there. So you'd go onto the link for, say, Indeed, and you put down part-time job, student as a keyword, and it will come up with all those as well. And the Leicester Employment Hub is fantastic as well for that. So just explore it, have a look, see what's there.
So the hard work's already been done.
Oh, God,
yeah, there's videos as well. So students can watch all our videos back as well.
Yeah, they're all there.
They're all there.
Brilliant. Perfect. So the next question we've got is, any tips for how to write a personal statement?
Yeah, I'll take that one, Adam, thank you. Yeah, so that's something that I've been looking at a lot lately for students' university personal statements in particular. So yes, I've got quite a few good tips hopefully to help you. So just to start with then, the purpose of any personal statement, whether it be for a job, apprenticeship or university application, is to definitely clearly demonstrate your suitability for the job or the course that you're applying for, and really get across the skills and experience that you have that shows your passion for your chosen field. So it needs to be relevant to what you're applying for. Now, what I've said earlier about demonstrate, that's really the key word when it comes to writing a personal statement, because it's so important that you can evidence your skills and experience with real life examples. So this does tend to be the difference between a good and great personal statement from experience. So when you're writing about your skills and experience, remember the STAR technique. If you've not heard of that before, Google it. But basically it stands for situation, task, action, result. And that's a fantastic technique to use to help you when you're writing about your skills and experience, and to back those up with good examples. And if you're writing a personal statement for a job, I definitely top tip is say make sure you are cross-referencing your skills and experience to the person's specification and job description that's been given to you, because this will help you keep on track, structure your personal statement and keep relevant as well. And lastly, my last top tip, because I probably could go on for a while, is I'd strongly advise to check and check again for any spelling or grammatical errors, as attention to detail is a really good, important first impression to make. So obviously, if that's not your thing, you kind of need a bit of help with that. It's always a good idea to ask someone to check it over, and then obviously hopefully can give you some feedback as well. So they're my top tips.
Brilliant, thank you for that, Katie. So the next question we've got is, what if I can't find virtual or actual work experience in my field? Any advice? Lisa,
yes.
Do you want to take that?
I will do, Adam, thanks. Okay, so firstly, if you're a student at school or college, speak to your careers advisor or the person who is responsible for work experience. If you're a Leicester College student, then again, go back, check out Moodle. There's a whole section dedicated to a wide range of virtual work experience opportunities, which is fantastic. However, if you can't find work experience in your field, then it requires really sort of thinking outside the box a little bit. So some ideas, some suggestions. You could listen to TED Talks. So most TED Talks are around 15 minutes long, covering diverse subject ranges from science to business. TED Talks are devoted to spreading ideas, usually in the form of short, powerful talks, and can be found just by searching, Googling, on the internet. You could listen to a podcast, and they cover a wide range of topics, so some can be quite short, whilst others much longer and built into a series. Stay up to date with news, read journals, look at sector skills councils, which are specific to the sector you might be interested in getting into. Learn about ways in which the sector you're interested in is developing. What are the new ideas and solutions to problems? Use platforms like LinkedIn. It's a great way of developing an understanding of the sector and networking with employers and so forth. Read opinion articles and see what others are saying about the sector. Take an online course, so you could do like a distance learning course through Leicester College as an adult, or maybe get involved in something like a MOOC or Future Learn programme, where you can just study free in your own time and really kind of get some additional experience, get some additional knowledge that you could apply then to applying for an apprenticeship or university or applying for a job. Audio books, wider reading, also a great way to enhance your knowledge. Think about volunteering, so organisations such as Voluntary Action Leicestershire or the Royal Volunteering Service. Lots of opportunities that are still available. Obviously with COVID there has been certain restrictions, but you can do a lot to give back to the community, those people that need it the most. Think of ways which you can bring fresh ideas and thinking to help make a positive difference while sort of developing those essential skills. And I think then finally, the Kickstart scheme, it provides job placements for 16 to 24-year-olds on universal credit to help gain experience, skills and confidence. And the scheme's designed to be a stepping stone into further employment. So that's, just thinking outside the box a little bit. And certainly, during this pandemic, it has been tricky, I know. But there are ways and means of, getting that experience, whether that be virtually. I think that's it from me, yeah.
Brilliant, thank you for that, Lisa. So we've just got a couple of minutes left, but the last question we've got I think is really important, so I'd like to still get on to it. So the last question we've got is, any tips to cope with anxiety? Who would like to start with?
Yeah, please. I love that one. Yeah, Adam, it's probably, I would say, is one of the most important issues that is kind of people are getting to grips with, but people are actually going through. So any tips of coping with anxiety? Well, there are lots of tips, and I'll go through some of them as well. Now, first of all, for a lot of people, they might not know that they're going through anxiety or being anxious or worried. COVID hasn't helped. In fact, it's actually fueled the fire. It's made people more worry and overthink things as well. There are websites that you can look at just to find out a little bit more about what is going on through the NHS, and things like Every Mind Matters is wonderful, because that goes through more information about what's going on with yourself and how to cope with anxiety as well. you got to understand as well, maybe you've got things like physical symptoms with anxiety, mental health issues, and you get changes in behavior as well can affect anxiety. Now, if you're being anxious, if you're worried about, if you've got anxiety or you feel that you have got it, there's lots of people in college can help you. So in college, there are people like learning mentors that you can go to. We've got a counselling service that can support you as well initially. And to help you with things like positive thinking and mindfulness. And I'll go through a little bit more about that. It's always good to understand what are your triggers, what makes you anxious, what makes you worried, and try to avoid those things. Especially social media. Now, if you're going onto social media and you're, before you go to bed, for example, and you're reading all about coronavirus and what's going on and the news, you need to avoid that, just obviously because that could be a trigger before you go to bed. It probably stop you sleeping. Now, you can use apps such as Calm, Headspace, and Breathe to relax. They're fantastic actually, because what it does, it allows you to kind of get a perspective of what is going on, and you might be over worrying or overthinking certain things as well. I find YouTube really useful, which is, you've got that on your phone, put positive thinking on there, and there's lots of positive methods that you can use to kind of calm yourself down and also to start thinking positively. There's other things like, for example, you can meditate, have a look at challenges, but don't, have a look at things in a more positive sort of way as well. You could break down tasks into more manageable components as well. So you're not kind of trying to tackle the whole thing as a whole, but try and do one bit at a time. And try not to be negative. Now, trying to be positive in the world of that we're living in lockdown, in coronavirus, is very, very difficult. But you've got to turn those negativity, self-talk, so it's sort of the voice inside your head saying negative things to yourself, to try and be positive. And check in with your support network regularly. Now, that your support are people around you. So it could be your parents, it could be a brother, it could be a cousin that's really has got a good ear. It could be mentors, it could be your tutor, but people, that can actually talk about what you're going through. So, my advice is don't bottle it all up. Tell people that you're feeling the way that you are. Do some research. There's lots of information out there that can help you. And, if symptoms do get worse, and then, obviously go to your doctor, you do need to talk to people, and the doctor can help you as well. So hopefully that's some help, obviously, towards anxiety. And again, as Katie said, I could be talking all afternoon for that.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, Sarfraz. I think that's a very good way to end today's session. If you do want to find out more about anything that any of our team have spoke about today, the Leicester College website is on the screen for you now, and there are quite a few helpful links that we've discussed throughout this session in the comments. Although this was our last LC online session of the year, we do still have one more live stream, which is taking place next Monday at 4 p.m, which is a really exciting one actually, because it's the launch of our new course with the National Space Centre. So make sure you tune in for that. I just want to say thank you to Sarfraz, Lisa and Katie for joining us on this, and for all your knowledge. And we hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Cheers, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.